We're getting some emails where Lewis, actually, I got one email saying, some of the things your co-host says remind me of Carl Pilkington, of course, the British podcaster. Thought you should know. You should ask Lewis some deep philosophical questions. And there may be an opportunity here for a new Lewis segment. I was thinking Lewis the Ethicist, maybe, or something like Morality with Motamedi, or something like that, where we just ask Lewis kind of these very popular moral or ethical dilemmas.
I like the latter. That has a nice ring to it. I like the alliteration.
Give me your thoughts on, is it morally okay to steal bread to feed your starving family? Like, just to see what Lewis will come up with. What would you think of that?
You're asking me if either my family starves or I steal bread. That's
right.
My only options.
Right.
And
is it okay?
You're asking me if I would do it or if it's morally okay.
Well, what's your thought? I mean, just give me,
I think anyone would do it.
And is it okay? Would it be morally okay? If there's some judge, I'm not saying God, but if there is some judge of whether it is okay, it's theft is theft, right? You would agree with that.
Mm-hmm, right.
But is it morally acceptable by whatever standard you use to judge this to steal food in the case that your family is starving? Bearing in mind that somebody else may starve because they're having their food stolen.
Mm-hmm. Is it moral? No. But there are different levels here, right?
Okay.
It's not like I'm murdering someone directly.
Okay. So moral relativism is what you're employing here.
Yeah.
You could be doing something far worse. So
I could be, yeah.
All right. That's not a particularly strong argument, is it? What do you guys think back there? That's not a great argument. Just saying, well, at least I'm not murdering.
He's asking me if I would do it. I would do it.
But is it morally okay? In other words, the justification that, well, they would have starved otherwise, is that enough for you to make you feel like morally it is right to steal in that case?
I would feel fine.
Okay. Well, how should I even follow up with this?
Well, we should first try to figure out.
Is his mic even? We can't hear him, right? Let's see if we can turn his mic on.
You're still not going to hear him.
That's a good start. What's that? We should find out.
Is my mic on?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we should first figure out if Lewis has morality before you ask him about a question about whether a specific action is or isn't.
Okay, no microphone. Pick that up.
We need some context. That's right. So, Lewis, is it okay to murder? Are there any cases where it's okay to murder?
Yeah, of course.
There are?
Yeah.
Like what?
If someone's trying to kill me, I'd have no problem killing them.
Self-defense?
Yeah, for example.
Anything other than self-defense?
In defense of someone else.
Okay.
If someone just is completely unhinged and needs to be put down.
Okay.
To avert some type of disaster or what have you.
There are many cases where you would be okay with murder.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any case that you can imagine
Shouldn't we be saving some of these questions for another segment like this?
Well, we're just setting the
hit me with all of them at the same time.
I have 100
I think we
of
should
these.
spread this out a little bit and possibly take a break right now.
I have 100 of these questions. Okay. So Lewis saying, I guess the answer is he would be okay. Morally, he would feel fine with stealing bread to feed a starving family.
Yes.
Is that what we have determined?
I would.
Very good.
What's the difference between something being moral and Lewis doing something?
Is there a difference? Just because Lewis does something, does that mean that it's moral? That's a good question. I think we're going to have to leave that one for another day.
That one's pretty deep. I don't think we can answer that.
On today's bonus show, there is a new California bill related to Facebook that would let parents access and edit their kids' profiles. We'll talk about that. There's also a new test that claims it can really be a good estimator of how long one will live. The question is, well, it's another, is it moral, is it ethical to start putting that information out there when it may not be accurate, and plenty more. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. DavidPakman.com/membership. Make sure you're getting that bonus show. A lot's happening on there.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.